So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do a push-up properly, a squat properly, and a plank properly. So let's get right into it. We'll start with the push-ups. We're going to find a nice flat spot here, and you're going to have your arms about shoulder width apart. You're not going to be too wide, you're not going to be too narrow, about shoulder width. Just like that, and when you go down, bend your arms, make sure your nose touches the ground. If your nose is not touching the ground, you're not going low enough. If you're unable to do a push-up on your toes, you simply drop to your knees and do the same thing. Make sure you're going so your nose touches the ground. And if you want to mix it up, you want to go right in between, you can start on your toes, you go down, and then up on your knees. Start on your toes, down, up on your knees. That is how you do the push-ups properly. Make sure you go down all the way, touch your nose. It's really going to work your triceps and your chest. Next up, I'm going to show you a squat, bodyweight squat. So for bodyweight squat, same thing with your width. You want your feet about shoulder width apart. Not too wide, not too narrow. Next thing you want to focus on is keeping your knees wide. Don't let your knees come in when you go down to squat. You want to keep your knees nice and wide. Okay? Push the knees out actively. And you can do this by focusing on keeping the pressure on the outside of your feet. Kind of like pretend you have like blisters on the inside of your feet here. You got to keep them off the ground. Keep the pressure on the outside of your feet. And when you go down for the squat, you want to make sure that you're going down so that your hip crease right here, this hip crease is beneath your knee. This is a proper depth. If you don't go this low and you only go like this low, then if you're only going this low, you're only going to be working your quads. But if you want to work your butt and your hamstrings and your core, your whole core region, you want to go beneath that knee. So hip crease beneath the knee, that's proper depth. And your arms, what do you do with your arms? You don't want to put your arms out like this, because if your arms are out like this, it's going to create a lot of weight over here, and the weight is going to make you tilt. So instead, you keep your arms closer. Keep your arms nice and close. You can smack your quads every time you want, if you want. Just like that. The next exercise is the plank. And the plank is really going to work your core, your whole core region. So there's two ways of doing the plank. One is you can do it in push-up position. So you're simply holding the push-up position, making sure your butt stays clenched. Keep your butt tight and suck your belly button up to your spine. The biggest issue we see with people in the plank is they don't keep their core tight. And so they'll be like this a lot of the times. You don't want to be like this. You want to keep your core tight. Alright? Keep your core tight. So if you don't want to do the push-up position, this position is also greatly advantageous. So you just keep the pressure on your elbows, your forearms, and your toes. And you keep the belly button sucked up to your spine. Suck your belly button up to your spine. And some variations, you can do taps. So, or you can do climbers like this. Just alternating arms. And right now I can feel my abs for sure. It's a really good one. And there you have it. I'll show you one more variation right here though. It's called mountain climber. And you're going to be in the plank position like so. Push-up position. And then you're going to bring your knees up to touch your triceps. The knees touch the triceps every time. Tricep, tricep, tricep. And this is really going to work your obliques. Really going to work the side of your core. Alright, so this is how you do these exercises. During this month or any time in your life, hit it hard for 1 minute. Hit the squats hard for a minute, hit the push-ups hard for a minute, hit the plank hard for a minute. Do what you can to feel the burn. If you're sore the next day, that's a good thing. Let your body rest up so the soreness goes away, and then hit it hard again.